The battle of righteousness versus Satan. Yes, Satan. Because these leftists are evil.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is though? It's definitely not me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's everybody else. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34. I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by gold. You know the thing.
That was an opinion of somebody. Retweet, 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 That was an opinion of somebody. That was an opinion of somebody. Antifa exists. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We could talk about Jimmy Dore could go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We could talk about Jimmy Dore could go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Dumb people, liberal people, dumb people, liberal people. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people.
You will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. Force. And when they get caught, and when they get caught, my family. 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 As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by gold. You know the thing. It's not that they don't want to help. The record player on at night. Play the radio. 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 The record player on at night.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote the other way.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Oh, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hello, users. What the hell is up? Holy crap. I'm gonna make sure the scene is good. That way I get rid of that. I'm gonna click on over. That's right. Oh, hey. Now my webcam is on the screen. Hello, everyone, and welcome to an early morning episodic installation of your favorite hit podcast in the world, probably. I mean, can you it's the best show ever. So real quick, I just want to start this out by saying I'm doing a slightly abbreviated show. I know the last few I've done have been upwards of like 2.5 hours. But today I am going to be leaving the great state of new ass motherfucking Jersey. And so I'm doing the show a little earlier. That way I have the opportunity to, disassemble all of the parts and then pack the car and then we can get the fuck out of here. So I might do a stream when I get home at some point because then I'll be home, but it really depends on how quick I can get everything set back up. So if not, look for tomorrow morning's stream. Though I will probably set everything up instantly because what the fuck else am I gonna do, right? So, but we'll see. You shouldn't be up this early. I mean, it's only 9:05, 9:06 actually. Breaking news. It's actually 9:06 a.m. I'm receiving some reports. Hold up. I've just received some reports that it's actually 9:06 a.m. Breaking news. Anyway, I've got, again, I'm just going to try to get through some of the stories for today. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit less interactive with the chat room. If someone comes in here and is like, whoa, why is the streamer ignoring me? Please feel free to let them know if I somehow missed their message. That I'm kind of speedrunning here. I'm speedrunning this web show. That's what I'm doing. This is the final, this is the mixture that we've all been waiting for. for those of you that are uninitiated, I've been a speedrunner for a long time, video games, that is. So now I'm finally getting to the point where I'm speedrunning my podcast. So, what are you going to do? So with that being said, let's fire up the program. I feel fired up, Bob. So, constitutional ban on legal pot advances in Idaho. So, now that I've gotten my bizarre facial expressions out of the way, let's read. Boise, Idaho. As legal weed becomes a reality in every corner of the United States, Idaho is putting up a fight. State lawmakers on Friday moved forward with a proposed constitutional amendment that would bar the legislation of marijuana in Idaho in an attempt to keep the growing nationwide acceptance of this drug from seeping across its borders. Right? In other words, there's some dumb motherfuckers in Idaho. Idaho is one of the only 3 states without some sort of policy allowing residents to possess products with even low amounts of THC, the psychoactive chemical in marijuana. Residents can cross the state border in nearly every direction and find themselves in a place where marijuana can be bought for recreational or medicinal purposes. Support for medicinal marijuana use is growing among some residents, with legalization activists trying to get an initiative on the state ballot in 2022. So they're afraid that weed's going to be legalized, and then all of their tobacco company and alcohol company donors to these stupid dumb fuck state senators and state house representatives are going to be upset. That's what this is. It's made some lawmakers in the deep red state nervous. Reminder, there's no such thing as a red state. It's just a gerrymandered state. Particularly after voters in the neighboring state of Oregon decriminalized the personal possession of drugs like heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine last November. Now, I highlighted that in red because I want to get on. Again, this is ABC News I'm reading this from. Oregon did not decriminalize the personal possession of drugs like heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine. What they did was they decriminalized all of those kinds of drugs and then have an institution that allows people to get help if they need so. So that way, instead of being sent to a jail cell because, you're addicted to a substance that, say, some people would rather not be addicted to, instead of being sent to prison for 5 to 10 years for no reason, you can have the opportunity to get rehabilitation and that sort of thing. So I just want to understand what that law in Oregon really is, or what that initiative really was, because ABC News is lying to you. They're trying to fearmonger about that shit. The joint resolution to ban all psychoactive drugs not already legal in Idaho won approval along a 6-2 party line vote in the State Senate Affairs Committee. The list of substances would change for drugs approved by the Food and Drug Administration. But the primary target over the past 2 days of testimony on Monday and Friday was marijuana, as Idaho finds itself surrounded by states that have legalized pot. Washington, Oregon, Montana, and Nevada have legalized recreational and medicinal marijuana, while Utah allows medicinal marijuana. Wyoming allows CBD products containing less than 0.3% of THC, the active ingredient in cannabis, which to my understanding is a federal law. But I'm not entirely sure exactly how that works here. CBD products can be purchased in Idaho, but they must contain no THC. I don't know. I'm not sure. Backer said the Idaho Constitution needs to be changed because neighboring states heavily influenced by out-of-state money have approved marijuana use through voter initiatives, and it could happen in Idaho. You know what? If the voters want to legalize marijuana, either medicinal or recreational, they should have the opportunity to do so. But in this neo-feudalist, undemocratic, capitalist hellhole that we live in, people are like, the aristocrats are like, oh, no. Democracy is only okay if I win an election. If anything else happens, it's bad. That's basically what these dumb motherfuckers are talking about. So this is what one dumb motherfucker says. When drugs are legalized that are currently illegal, it increases healthcare costs and crime. It actually objectively decreases crime as less things are criminal, and therefore crime goes down, you dumb motherfucker. Said the resolution sponsor, Republican Senator Scott Grow, interesting last name, condemning both recreational and medical marijuana use. This is about money. It's not about caring for people who might have pain or sickness. This is one of those things that it's like, when you ban things like marijuana, right, you're just gonna create a generation of, like, fucking stick-up-their-ass motherfuckers who've never tried marijuana, who hate it for some reason. Like, seriously. And I like, marijuana it's a safe thing. If you are going to try to legislate what marijuana is, like, if it's illegal or not, I think that there should be some sort of clause where you have to mandate them smoking a blunt on the Senate floor of Idaho and then see what their reaction is. You know, like, sure, they can maybe fake it, but, like, let's be honest. Once you get a hit of that shit, you're not going to fake it. Those opposed said medical marijuana is needed for Idaho residents from suffering from chronic or terminal illnesses. Dan Zuckerman, a medical director of St. Luke's Cancer Institute, said dealing with over 1,000 cancer patients over more than a decade convinced him of the efficacy of medical marijuana in helping with pain and nausea. I've seen it myself with my own eyes. He said the data is clear that patients benefit from this. There's a lot of fucking fluff. You can read it if you want. So then we have this dumbass, right? Or maybe it's not a dumbass, I don't remember. Keith Graves told the committee he was a member of a group of retired police officers in Idaho who left California, Washington, and Oregon. He said those states went downhill, yes, it is a dumbass, with crime and other problems after legalizing marijuana and other problems. Now, again, if a retired fucking police officer or whatever is telling you that, you know, something is bad, chances are that thing that they're telling you is actually good. So I'm just throwing that out there. We're from your future, he told the committee. This is the last foxhole. There's nowhere else to go. Bill Espenson, part of the Idaho Citizens Coalition, working on an initiative that the group hopes to put before voters to legalize medical marijuana. He said the constitutional amendment would prohibit legalizing medical marijuana through an initiative, even though he said most people in the state want medical marijuana approved. You guys are so afraid of marijuana, you're willing to blow up the state constitution, he told lawmakers. So again, Idaho not sending their best. In other words, these people are dumb motherfuckers, and Jesus Christ. But you know, what are you gonna do? Wow. Could you, like, I mean, again, I just want to say there is no such thing as a red state or a blue state. Now, are there states where more, you know, of the population are conservative or liberal or leftist or, you know, fascist? Absolutely, right? Like, for example, if you look at a state like California, you know, maybe it's got a very high liberal rating, but a very low left rating. You know what I mean? Like, they just voted for, like, Prop 22 or whatever, and that's fucking over almost every single worker in the whole goddamn state. And it's probably going to bleed into other countries, too. So you have to understand the differences here. Now, I don't think that there's such a thing as a red state. That implies that people's thoughts and opinions are unchangeable. It implies that, oh, it's a red state, let's move on. Like, for example, the Democratic Party didn't even run a Senate candidate in the state of Arkansas against Tom Cotton. How are you going to go out there in 2024 and say Tom Cotton's an evil person when he's running for president, right? And you didn't even fucking try to run anyone against him. The only person who ran against Tom Cotton was an independent, right? So it's like, it's a really bizarre situation where you see the Democratic Party abandoning a bunch of states where, as it's clear as day in Idaho, these people want medical marijuana to pass, and the aristocrats are just saying, fuck you, I don't care what the hell you want, I'm smarter than you, you're a peasant, and you do what I say. This is what the senators in Idaho are saying. I'm king in the castle. That's what they're saying. And it's just ridiculous. These are dumb motherfuckers. And you need to understand, if you live in the state of Idaho, let me know if you have any scoops. But, I mean, again, these are dumb motherfuckers. Like, and I want to emphasize the dumbness of these motherfuckers. Like, dumber than dumb. They're some dumb motherfuckers. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm trying to do this show a little bit quicker than normal. I am going home today. Now, for those, there's been a lot of people that, you know, have just found my stream in the last 2 weeks, which that's something that, you know, I'm trying to comprehend or whatever. But I do not normally live in this situation. I normally live in North Carolina, and I normally have a completely different setup, but I'm staying with family, and I'm leaving today, so I'm going home today. So there's two possibilities. Either one, I die in a car crash, you never hear from me again, or you see me in a news article somewhere, or two, I get home, and then I'll give you an update when that happens. So, for that reason, I'm not necessarily ignoring the chat, but I'm not going to, like, do the whole thing where I say hello to everyone. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow for that. Nazi state versus non-Nazi states. I mean, you can say so, but again, it really does, it depends on, you know, the aristocrats, you know. For example, like, I don't think everyone in Idaho is a far right-wing Republican, yet their aristocrats are, so it's like one of those desynchronizations. The great state of new-ass motherfucking Jersey? Hashtag RIP. Fucking hashtag RIP. What does that mean? Hashtag RIP. Imagine thinking crime is bad in America. I mean, there's good crime and there's bad crime, you know? And of course, I'm not going to detail that any further for risk of breaking the law here. Yo, my glasses are fucking... they're fucked up. Wow. I forgot to bring my microfiber cloth. So, like, this whole last 2 weeks, I've been, like, using, like, a shirt or, like, a napkin or a tissue or something to clean my glasses. I don't even know where tissues are. And let me just tell you, it's not doing the trick. I need that microfiber. Yo, you dying in a car wreck? Hashtag RIP. If I die in a car wreck, I hope hashtag RIP is trending everywhere. Fucking hashtag RIP. Motherfucker. So another thing I want to talk about on today's show is a one Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, so let's get into this. So on January 7th, 2021, you may know this is the day following January 6th, 2021. Now, if January 6th were a normal day, you might be wondering, why are you saying that in such a bizarre sequential fashion? Well, January 6th happens to be the day where Trump supporters decided to storm the gates of the Capitol building and murder police officers. Interesting, right? So this is apparently an interview with Katie Hopkins, who... not so good, everyone, not so good. Marjorie Taylor Greene is basically saying there will be more. And this is, again, following an event where 6 people died, including police officers. So, again, I don't give a shit about cops, right? I'm not here to, like, fucking be a fucking virtue signaler about cops, right? But these are the Blue Lives Matter crowd. This is the Blue Lives Matter people that are the ones out there beating cops to death with fire extinguishers and American flags, right? If you look at the footage of the police officers being murdered, right, or the police officer being murdered at the Capitol grounds, you'll see Blue Lives Matter flags, literally, I shit you not, 6 feet away. You will see Blue Lives Matter flags 6 feet away from the cop being bludgeoned to death with a fire extinguisher. So, this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene has to say the day afterward, and somehow I missed this.
I think the greatest message I can have for them is now is the time to pick up the mantle, move it forward, wear your MAGA hat. This isn't going anywhere. Not at all. We're only beginning to fight. We are going to defend our Constitution, our freedoms, and we are going to drive as hard as we can to fight for America First policies and continue President Trump's legacy while the Democrats, the media, big tech, and even these Republicans or they call themselves Republicans, try to burn it down. They're trying to burn down everything President Trump has done. And at the same time, they're doing that to the people that support him.
Reminder, like, again, I just want to remind everyone, when Donald Trump became president, you know what he did? He burned down everything Obama did. Did Marjorie Taylor Greene go out there and say, I know that Hillary Clinton got more votes than Donald Trump, and it's so offensive. Oh, it's so offensive that Donald Trump would be in there and do policies that the majority of voters don't want. I know! Hillary Clinton got millions of more votes, and her voters are being disenfranchised. Was Marjorie Taylor Greene doing that 4 years ago? Can someone roll the clip? Anyway, I'm waiting for someone in the chat to post the clip for me of Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about how Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, again, had more voters than Donald Trump in the 2016 election, how her voters were disenfranchised. I'm waiting for that. I'd love to see that clip if anyone can provide it.
And that is most of the people that voted on the November. Yes. I think
so. The word most, I want to look this up live on stream here because I'm curious. Like, to my understanding, right? And again, this is just my understanding. The word most means, like, at least a majority, right? like the highest, or maybe even a plurality, right? Like, so that's like, to my understanding, what the definition of most is. So I'm going to Google this to make sure I understand. Okay, so most, see synonyms for most, mosts. I don't know about that. Adjective, superlative of much or many, with more as comparative. In the greatest quantity, amount, measure, degree, or number, in the majority of instances. So again, I think it could, definition 1 applies to a plurality, which, let's say, again, 40% is the highest number, and then there's like 30%, and then there's 20%, or whatever. That would give most the plurality there. So again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying Trump got the most votes. So I just want to verify this. 2020 election results. Because again, the definition of most is, having the most, having more than the other person. All right, so I'm on Wikipedia here, a radical liberal Wikipedia, and it seems that Joe Biden got 81,268,757 votes, which, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, is less than 74,216,722. So this is an interesting scenario. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene might be confused, and she might think that like these are like negative numbers or something. So like, how like negative 74 million would be higher. It would be a greater number than negative 81 million, because negative 81 million is further back in the negatives. So I think Marjorie Taylor Greene's a little confused, doesn't quite know what's going on, and also she's threatening violence right after the day where her own supporters killed a police officer. Now, again, I don't give a shit about cops. I'm not here to virtue signal about that shit, but they are. And they don't give a fuck. They just don't give a flying fuck, or a swimming fuck, or a digging fuck, or a skyscraping fuck, or an elevating fuck. They just don't, any fucks that would possibly have an adjective in front of them, they just don't give any of them. So I think it's truly bizarre. And again, this bitch needs to be expelled. How's everyone doing today? I say, expecting not to read the answers. I'm just saying, I'm reading on the chat, but again, I'm trying to do a little bit of a quicker program today. That way, I can get out the door a little sooner. Because again, I want to do this program, and then I want to edit some of the clippies here, and then I'll post them, and then I'll be on the car ride for the next 7 hours or so. Yeah, so this is going to get epic. So, whew. You give me a sec. Ooh. Damn, I love stretching. Holy shit. Hello, Bodan. I've seen the video. I love a quickie. Hell yes. How am I? I'm pretty good. A max update? Yes, I will provide a max update as soon as possible. Hey, doing good this morning, though. I'm exhausted because I'm up much earlier than this, and than usual. Did you get up just to watch my show? Like, is that possible? Or is it just, you woke up and it's like, right, and then you're, like, looking at your phone, like, you go like this, the classic. Like, let's say your phone is right here. Pretend I'm not holding it. This is a desk, and this is your hand, right? You go like the classic, and then you get the phone, and then you look at it, right? And then it's like, oh, looks like this dumb bitch is live, and now you're here? Is that how this works? Like, please describe it in a little bit more of a, intimate detail. Anyway, so Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, by the way, is also very, very much so, in the words of our former president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene had apparently an interaction, and this is the interaction. So she apparently is deciding to post a live video of her interaction with Cori Bush. Now, again, is it possible that this is the interaction that Cori is talking about? I haven't actually seen Cori's interview yet. That's going to be the next segment I'm going to do. But she posts this. This is apparently the interaction that she is claiming Cori Bush is crying about. And so she says on Twitter, Representative at Cori Bush is the leader of the St. Louis Black Lives Matter terrorist mob who trespassed into a gated neighborhood to threaten the lives of the McCloskeys. Are those like the gun people that were at the RNC? I'm not sure. But again, Cori Bush is not the leader of a Black Lives Matter chapter. That's just dumb shit to say. She is lying to you. She berated me. Maybe Rep. Bush didn't realize I was live on video, but I've got the receipts. So again, let's watch this dumb shit. Of course, she's replying to, a maskless Marjorie Taylor Greene and her staff berated me in the hallway. She targeted me and others on social media. I'm moving my office away from her. So again, now it's possible, right? It's possible that this is not the full story. This is only like, again, a 1 minute interaction. So let's see how this goes. Clearly, we're already witnessing the mask is off. So let's see how this goes. When did she put it on? Let's watch.
You know what? A bunch of bad people do, or a small amount actually, do a really bad thing, attack the Capitol, which I denounce and completely am against. And
now, again, I just played a video earlier of her saying that they're going to continue to fight. So on January 7th, the day after, she said, we're going to continue to fight. Now she denounces it. Interesting.
Don't agree with the violence, but yet Democrats who cheered on, supported, called peaceful protests, Antifa BLM riots the entire year long that caused billions.
Reminder, I just want to be very clear about terms here. There is no such thing as an Antifa BLM riot. Did Antifa cause a riot? No. Did BLM cause a riot? No. Who did cause the riot? Oh, I know, the police. They are called police riots. They are reactions to police brutality, right? We call them the Trump riots because Trump incited the riots. We don't call again, this is about basic terms here. If police start throwing tear gas canisters into the crowd and beating the shit out of people, and then all of a sudden a otherwise normally organized protest becomes erratic, that is caused by police brutality. There are no such thing as Black Lives Matter riots. What does that mean? Like Black Lives Matter protesters are running through the streets rioting? No, it's the police are causing an unstable and unsafe situation for people who just want to express their First Amendment right, and therefore they are called police riots. But again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is dumb as shit. And of course, she gets her talking points from Fox News and the president. But don't let anyone ever, if someone ever says Antifa BLM riots, that is bad framing. Don't fucking fall into that shit.
Millions of dollars worth of damage, attacked American businesses, burned down Minneapolis. Let's see, what else did...
Burn down Minneapolis. Well, I didn't know that occurred. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do live fact checking. So Minneapolis apparently was burned down, which means if the whole city is burned down, it would have a population of 0, I think, right? Let's see. So according, oh wow, this is actually a very interesting number. So according to the 2019 population count, Minneapolis had 420,324 people. So again, if that's the case, right, and the whole city was burned down, that means that there's 420,000 people that are refugees, right? So, like, wouldn't you hear about this story? 420,000 people, great number, by the way, somehow being refugees. Did they go to St. Paul? Did they go to, like, another nearby city? Like, I don't remember, like, where are the Minneapolis refugees? I'm going to search this on Google. Refugees from Minneapolis. Oh, wait. I've got no results. Okay. Interesting. All right. So apparently Minneapolis, in this person's world, in her, Minecraft server, right? Minneapolis is gone. There's 420,000 refugees in Minneapolis that are maybe in caravans to St. Paul or other, potential cities. So this is a very bizarre situation. I was not aware that there were these 420,000 refugees running across the country. So let's keep going.
They do. Then they funded, then they supported bail bond links for criminals.
For criminals. Okay, so this is an interesting thing because criminals implies that they've been convicted of a crime. If someone, right, is thrown into a jail cell and held on bond before a trial, they are literally, legally speaking, not a criminal. Now, again, if there's a lot of instances of people getting picked up by, just walking on the sidewalk and they get picked up by unmarked cars, are they criminals? What law did they violate? So again, this very, very bizarre woman who's got, again, in the words of our president, or rather our former president.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
You know what?
So it appears that someone, I'm not sure if that is Cori Bush or someone says to put on a mask and then she does. Beta cuck. What is Marjorie Taylor Greene powered on soy? What is she afraid to like go around and march with her First Amendment rights in the halls of Congress? Soy-based congresswoman. If you're watching this and you're a Marjorie Taylor Greene fan, really? You're going to support this soy girl? She's putting on her mask when an authoritarian Black Lives Matter, like a communist, tells her to? Beta. That's called being beta.
You know what? Yeah, don't yell at people. You know what? You shouldn't bring COVID positive members in here.
So, again, Baked Alaska, which is a dumb fuck streamer who appears to be in federal custody, went in to the Capitol, streamed himself in the Capitol while he was COVID positive. And again, that guy's a Trump voter. That guy's a Marjorie Taylor Greene fan. So did Cori Bush have like a group of people invade the Capitol with no masks on that are all COVID positive? No. Did Marjorie Taylor Greene? Also no, but you know, again, the people that invaded the Capitol are Marjorie Taylor Greene voters and fans. None of them like Cori Bush. Like, I guarantee you, of all the people that invaded the Capitol, 0% of them, I would even go as far as to say 0.000000000% of them are Cori Bush fans. I'm just letting you know that. So again, this is really bizarre stuff.
In here, spreading COVID everywhere. Stop being a hypocrite. Yeah, this is how it is here now. This is how it is. Stop being a hypocrite. This is arguing.
Someone asked me to put on a mask and they have a mask on, therefore they're a hypocrite. Well, if I just say things, they must be true. They must be true. If I can create a sentence in the English language, it must be true. It has to be. Like, there's no other option. Of course, I love the censored mask. I love the censored mask because she's literally on Twitter right now. She got like fucking 18,000 likes, but she's censored. What?
A Democrat colleagues, supposed colleagues. That's how it is. It's how it is now in America. So you're witnessing exactly what we're having to live through.
So again, I don't know what she's trying to prove here. All I know is that someone asked her to put on a mask and she did. That's really all that you can tell from this video. And so that kind of, like, again, if you're a Marjorie Taylor Greene supporter, you're going to support that? You're going to support her capitulating to the evil demon rats? Like, I thought you wanted to elect a fighter in Georgia's 14th district. This isn't a fighter. She capitulated like a dog. Not sending their best, but again, in the words of our former president.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Not sending their best over in Georgia's 14th congressional district. Let me just tell you. My lord. Fucking, I love this. Minneapolis has been burned down. Like, it's just one of the dumbest shits I've ever heard in my life. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. Obviously they were all aliens and went back up to the mothership once. Oh my god. I would love to go back up to the mothership. So I've got another video here of Cori Bush going on.
You've been all
what is this person's, like, Joy Reid or whatever? The same woman who invited a body language expert on to talk about how Bernie Sanders was a little too Jewish. So anyway, Cori Bush is on Joy Reid's show, And she's going to talk about this scenario and this situation, and not just the video that Marjorie Taylor Greene recorded that's a minute long, but apparently, she's been harassing her for a very long time, like very long time being in the, terms of this congressional legislative session. So let's see what Cori Bush has to say.
Thank you so much for being here. You have been all the talk today because of this confrontation between yourself and Marjorie Greene. You're now moving your office away from hers. Please explain why.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for what you just said. It is unbelievable that this is how so many of us get to go to work every day when, I've worked fast food. I've worked in childcare. I've worked in healthcare. I've never been in a work environment like this before. One day we were just walking down the hallway through the tunnel, headed to go and vote. And I'm hearing this loud talking in the hallway, but I kept going. It was no big deal. All of a sudden, as I'm walking down the tunnel, I'm hearing the voice get louder and louder. And then the voice was closer and closer. And then at one point I realized that it was like right behind me. And so I turned around because it was aggressive and it was loud. And I'm like, why is this like right behind me? And so I turned around and it was Marjorie Taylor Greene without a mask on. And so, so I looked and I'm like, so I turned back around. I didn't say anything at first. I looked at my team and I'm like, she does not have on a mask. Like, let's just keep walking. And then I thought about it, like, you're putting me at risk. You're putting my team at risk. Everybody else in this tunnel is at risk. And just the day before, we found out that our colleagues had contracted COVID after being on lockdown with this same person and other people who were unmasked. And so, no, I'm a nurse. I take care of my community. I take care of my people. You will not put us at risk like that. And so I moved out of the way. I saw my good brother, John Bowman, walking down the hall. I moved out of the way to let her pass. And as she's passing, I'm like, look, she does not have on a mask. And so I said, put on a mask. And then she started to, go off some more. She's on her phone. She's like live streaming. And my point with that, Joy, was that she had the audacity to be walking through this space on her phone, showing people that she was bucking the system, showing people that she was not going to.
Now, a reminder, I just want to say I showed the video previously. And as soon as she was asked to put on a mask, she capitulated like a dog. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't have that hardcore of an ideology if someone tells her to do something once and she immediately 180s on it. I'm just saying.
To adhere to the rules of the House. And so I wanted it to be on her live stream that we are saying, put your mask on. And then her team turned around, and her too, but then her team is yelling, stop inciting violence with Black Lives Matter. What does Black Lives Matter have to do with this? Put on a mask and save lives.
There you go. So Cori Bush, again, I just want to say, Cori Bush, amazing stuff. Like, you got to follow her on Twitter. She's got some hot takes. Her hottest take, of course, being she drafted legislation to invoke the 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, specifically Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, that says that no member of Congress or any legislative body in the United States may incite an erection. Chuck Schumer may incite an insurrection, against the United States of America, of which Marjorie Taylor Greene clearly has done, as well as all of the Republicans that tried to object to the election counting on January 6th. So they clearly incited, as Chuck Schumer would say, an erection, and just get them out. Like, you can kick out the entire Republican Party and do some hardcore epic legislation while we wait for those special elections. Let's go, buddy. Come on. But, the rest of Congress on the Democratic side is a little bit on the not so good angle of this. If the Democratic Party had any teeth, they would absolutely expel these members of Congress, and then they would use that little period of time to draft some pretty good legislation. And that's what Cori Bush wants to do. And shout outs to her. And let's, she's got a petition on her Twitter feed, her being harassed and all that in public spaces and all that stuff. It's going to make this 14th Amendment Section 3 invocation a lot more relevant, and we need to get rid of these motherfuckers. Not limited to Lauren Boebert, Madison Cawthorn, some other fuckers like, Gosar, Gates. There's a lot of these crazy, like, absolutely bonkers motherfuckers And we got to get rid of them. They're garbage. Literally, they are garbage. If you voted for Matt Gaetz and you think he's a good politician, I've got news for you. You're a dumbass. If you voted for Marjorie Taylor Greene and you think she's a good politician, I've got news for you. You're a dumbass. If you voted for Madison Cawthorn and you think he's a good politician, I've got news for you. You're a dumbass, okay? These people are not good politicians. They're not there to help you. They're there to hurt you, okay? And you need to understand that. So get them out. Try again. Get another election, and we'll see what happens that time. But again, Cori Bush going in, as she should, exposing these foolish members of the congressional branch of the United States of America's governmental apparatus and institutional institutions. That's all I have to say. All right. So, I've got one more story that I want to cover today. I'm going to get right into that. Again, this show is a little bit abbreviated because I'm going to be leaving soon. Please no #RIP. I'm going to try to not #RIP. We'll see, though. But yeah, today's show is a little bit shorter than normal and a little bit earlier than normal because I got to pack up and get the hell out of here as soon as the show is over. Well, as soon as I edit the clips anyway, which I'm going to do. So again, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I really I appreciate y'all for showing up and all that. So, again, I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm not trying to be, mean or whatever. But today's a little bit of an abbreviated show, and I could have just not done one. But 7 days a week means 7 days a week, motherfucker. So, hello, Dia Blairy. Hello, Screenshotted. Hello, Carla, Suzanne, Mark, Guinea, JL, Zero, Pain Elemental, Bob Carmody. Not to be confused with the Prime Minister of India, of course. Very interesting connection there. Fun Police, home. All right. What do I have to pack up for? I am moving. I'm not moving. I'm just going back. I'm with family in New Jersey, and I'm going back to North Carolina. I've been staying here for the last 2 weeks, and I'm going home. So, drive safely. I don't know how to drive. I'm a passenger, so I don't have to drive safely. Yeah, so there you go. So again, I know there's a lot of people that have just found my channel in the last 2 weeks, and that's weird to me, right? That there are people here that don't know that this isn't my normal setup. So this isn't my normal setup. Normally I'm much more in the frame and you can see my beautiful visage, but now I'm being obstructed. I'm behind the microphone and the monitor. Look at me. I'm making noise. I'm obstructing myself. Look at that. I'm barely visible. But anyway, let's get into the last story for today. I'm sorry for destroying your eardrums by touching the microphone. I truly apologize. Though I do think it's funny on my part because, I can't hear it. So when I just tap on the microphone, to me, it's just I'm making a little funny noise. To you, I know it's very annoying. So I apologize for that. Except it's not even a real apology because I guarantee you I'm going to do it again at least once by the end of the show. But anyway, this is a very good article from The Hill that I've got. Which details a very good situational experience of a situation. So, Bernie Sanders has some news for Wall Street, and it's specifically billionaires that are crying about the fact that Bernie Sanders has some news for Wall Street. Bernie Sanders claps back at a billionaire's criticism and says, "Cry me a river." Woof! You love this shit. Don't you just love this shit? All right, so let's go. Senator Bernard Sanders responded on Twitter to criticism from billionaire Leon Cooperman, who, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Bernie Sanders had an advertisement where he had a montage of media people crying about him, literally crying, and Leon Cooperman was actually crying, rubbing tears from his eyes when Bernie Sanders won Nevada, so that was pretty epic. Oh, look. All right, let me just read this. All right. Oh, look. Another billionaire is mad that he might have to pay more taxes while children in America go hungry and veterans sleep on the street. Cry me a river. Yes, we will make Wall Street billionaires pay their fair share of taxes and create an economy that works for all of us. God damn, I love that guy. Cooperman is a hedge fund manager, isn't that interesting, who openly criticized one single investor apparently, investors who have bought GameStop, sending the company's shares soaring. The effort to buy GameStop and AMC and other companies has been fueled in part by day traders and investors seeking to drive up the stock and force hedge funds who had shorted the stock to pay out. Cooperman said he does not have GameStop shares or options. He's lying, but he predicted those buying into GameStop will lose in the end, telling CNBC, "This will end in tears." In the interview, he also criticized the phrase fair share, saying it is too vague of a term. "I hate that expression with a passion," he said. So I've got a video here of, I think, do I have the video? I think I have the video. Maybe I forgot to title it. I've got the video of him crying, but I don't have it right. I should have, but, oops. But yeah, he cries. He thinks that he said, quote, here we go. "This fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and I think it's inappropriate," Cooperman told CNBC. On Thursday, "We've all got to work together and pull together. How about you give us some money? The government's not giving us our $2,000 stimulus checks. Hello, Joe Biden, I'm waiting, motherfucker. So why don't you come through and pull together, Leon? Fucking asshole." Cooperman says he voted for President Biden despite disagreeing with him on some economic issues because former President Trump's values do not align with his. Cooperman said he would be fine with a marginal tax rate of 50%. "Yes, we will make Wall Street billionaires pay their fair share of taxes to create an economy that works for all of us," Sanders tweeted. Goddamn. Again, Bernie is bringing out the spice. And you absolutely and utterly, and of course, you just love to see it. You just love to see this situation. You just love it. Like, do you love it? Do I love it? I love it, personally.
Mark is doing what he's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.
Bernie Sanders being spicy for decades. You love to see it. And also you love to see these billionaire douchebag fucking motherfuckers cry like little baby boys on live television. It's certainly amazing. It's certainly beautiful. And I hope they continue to cry. And good luck to all of the new... I know a lot of my fans are now shareholders of AMC and GameStop. So I would love to start having some, shareholder meetings on my channel. We're all shareholders now. Isn't that amazing? Like, they kept telling us, "Oh, why don't you invest?" Remember when, T.I. or whatever, he tweeted out, you could buy property with $600 and make a lot of money on it. First of all, you can buy property with $600? Okay, buddy. Second of all, oh, okay, we'll invest. And then as soon as we invest, oh, I grew up watching movies in AMC. I grew up buying games at GameStop. All of a sudden, we're investing and it's a bad thing? What? Right, so I know there's a lot of fellow shareholders in here. And God bless America. We got to talk about these popcorn prices because, my God, right? Popcorn is way too expensive. It's got way too much butter. What I want, as an AMC shareholder, what I want is to have air-popped popcorn with hot sauce as a possible variant. I don't want that buttered bullshit. I don't want those extra calories for no reason. Hot sauce is healthier for you than butter. It's lower in calories. It's actually almost calorie, neutral. It's almost actually just a calorie deficit because it's got very little calories and it fucking speeds up your fucking bullshit metabolism with its capsaicin quantity. So I want every AMC movie theater to have air-popped popcorn with hot sauce as an option. As an AMC shareholder, I believe I will be taking my issues and concerns to the board, and I think that all of you should do so as well. But again, this is a very entertaining fiasco, and it's going to be really fun to watch. So good luck to everybody who is a shareholder of the classic companies AMC and GameStop, because we're going in it to win it, baby. And I hope they continue to cry. All right. That's my show for today, everyone. So I'm going to read the chat room a little bit here, and I'm going to piece the fuck out in the next 30 to 60 seconds. So again, real quick, I'm going back to North Carolina, which is where I live. So I will be gone for the majority of the day. I might do another stream tonight, depending on how I feel. But it's more than likely I'm probably going to have to spend the whole night, like, cuddling Max the dog. Because Max doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea that I'm coming back. He's the dog, so he just has no idea what's happening. So Max is probably going to see me and freak the fuck out and get really excited. And I might record some of that and post it on Twitter or whatever. Maybe post it on YouTube as well. But again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. JL, 0PE, King of Badgers, Terminage, Home, Bob Carmady, Mark Radler, Screenshotted, JL, Zero Pain Elemental, Home. I'm just reading all the fucking usernames. I'm sorry. I'm not going to read the chat messages. I'm just reading the username. Spicy Cheese as an option. I mean, Spicy Cheese is okay. Blackberry's top staff cashed out at the inflated price. Well, that's, of course, what they're going to do. Krista says, oh, so you're saying you want to ban buttered popcorn? Absolutely, actually. I would unironically prefer to ban buttered popcorn. Buttered popcorn is a very bad usage of popcorn. You can put other things on popcorn that are significantly more healthy than butter, and it would be better for everyone involved. GameStop should work something out with Flash games. Absolutely. Hot sauce. Love to see it. I'm holding, baby. Same thing here. Good Journey X. Why are you manipulating the market? That's a great question, AMC Thousandaire. The fucking profile picture. I just now, like, looked at the profile picture. I can't, dude. Barely an hour show. As a shareholder in 7531 Industries, I am outraged. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm looking forward to you playing games again. Me too. Again, I just want to let everyone know, do you see other web shows stream 7 days a week? Can you name, let me tell you this. Let me ask a genuine question. And this is totally not to inflate my own ego as well as the AMC stock price. But let me ask a genuine question. Does anyone else on YouTube that you watch stream every single day of the week? I know a lot of people out there that do maybe Monday to Friday, maybe Tuesday to Friday, some very interesting individuals. Does anyone do Sunday to Sunday? Or I guess Sunday to Saturday? Because I do. And I'm cool. So with that being said, I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m., the normal time. And if I don't stream tonight, which, you know, again, I might stream tonight. I might not. I don't know. Don't count on it. But I will definitely, you should count on me streaming tomorrow. Unless I just die or something. Like, again, I could get into a car crash and die. Or, like, I could get into a car crash and my computer will, you know, be exploding, spontaneously combusting and that kind of stuff. So there you go. Hasanabi streams every day on Twitch. Well, fuck him. He's popular and he doesn't have me on his show and therefore he's censoring me. So, fuck him. King of Badgers, safe journey. Hook, double dippin'. Mark Radler, you stand alone. Actually, I'm sitting right now. JL, $10. Have a safe travels home. Thank you. Hashtag RIP. Oh my god. If Hassan does too, then it's a gamer thing. You bet your sweet bippy it's a gamer thing. I need to see the Max video when he sees me. I'll try, but we'll see. He didn't come to my town hall. That's exactly true. Hasanabi did not come to my town hall. And as a result, I'm very upset about that. I will be... You can tell Hasanabi that I will be drafting a lawsuit against him. A very litigious lawsuit with very litigious individuals. And we will be definitely trying to recoup the damages of him censoring me by not allowing me on his town hall. Or by him not accepting my invitation to the town hall. Terminage, $9.99. Be safe. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to see y'all later. I got to get out of here. And enjoy the introductory experience, y'all. That's it. That's it. That's the show. It's over. Well, it's you know...
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. Fair is a bullshit concept. Bullshit concept. Bullshit concept. This fair share is a bullshit concept, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, just a way of attacking wealthy people, a way of attacking wealthy people. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. Not good. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and
all of a sudden we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
Pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government. Okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We're all going to work together and pull together. The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government. And this fair share is a bullshit concept. Attacking wealthy people. Attacking wealthy people. Attacking wealthy people. Attacking wealthy people. Way of attacking wealthy people.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace.